Welcome, everybody. We've got a match for you tonight. My name is Zeph, and I'm here with the legendary, the beautiful, the handsome Big D. How you doing, man?
I'm great. Wow, legendary, handsome, and beautiful. Well, I'm here with the blue-eyed. Looks like he has beautiful dental work, brushes his teeth regularly, and very nice hair. Zeph, how are you tonight, Zeph?
I'm good, man. It's going great, and you know we've got an even greater match tonight. We've got Brazen versus FlyQuest Red. I have been looking forward to this match all week. Let me tell you, and it looks like we've got Mirage as well. That should be a very interesting game. I mean,
The best of one map you can get.
absolutely, and I actually got some of the map stats here for Mirage from both these teams so far this season. Brazen have played it once, and they've won it, of course. 70% T-side win rate versus a 40% CT side, so a little bit weak on that. Meanwhile, FlyQuest Red, they have really grinded out Mirage, played it 3 times, won it all 3 times. So their numbers are, I would say, a little bit more accurate given the amount of reps they have. 46% win rate on T side and a 67% win rate on CT. So I'm expecting this to go to overtime just based off those numbers in itself.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking about earlier. Is this could be an overtime game? The other thing to think about here is I think that FlyQuest Red this should be an easy game for them. They should have the structure to beat a team like Brazen. If I'm looking at Brazen, I see names like Nothing and Polo on here. These guys are names that have been around for a long time. I don't want to say of yesteryear. They've still got stuff going on for them and are very active in the community. So these are names that have been around for a long time, and when they're playing on a roster like this is usually going to lend itself to being a bit more of a puggy scrim stack that's playing together for fun, which obviously they can make it into advanced with their talent and their skill level. So it's not like they're going to be pushovers by any means. But the structure of FlyQuest Red and a team like this that practices regularly together, has a coach, has the org backing them up, all that stuff, they should be able to finish them off. But the thing to think about with Brazen is if some of these guys, it depends on how these guys are feeling tonight. If these guys come in feeling good and feeling hot, they could just pop off and solo carry the game. That's how good some of these players are on the side of Brazen. So I think it's going to be a really fun, scrappy matchup, but I do think you're right. I think there's a strong possibility for it going into overtime, if we're being honest.
Yeah, for sure. And if I'm not mistaken, I think FlyQuest Red has broken into top 130 on the VRS, if I'm not mistaken. And you're absolutely right. I do think this is going to be a great game to watch. I know we've got some returning faces, of course. We've got Miss Goose Breeder, Horse Girl, Emmy, Vanessa, and Vivian. I hope I'm pronouncing the last username correctly.
I think it's Bibion.
Is it Bibian? Okay, I will pronounce it Bibian then. Apologies for that, Miss Bibian.
She's watching right now, waiting before she gets in the game to make sure the casters aren't messing her name up.
Probably. I mean, I've done that in the past. I've done that in the past. But yeah, this is going to be week. Because of the scheduling on ESEA, this is going to be FlyQuest Red's 5th matchup for the season. They're 3-1 right now. It's actually Brazen's 4th, so they're currently 2-1. So it's a little bit off for that due to rescheduling and whatnot. But if Mr. D, if you're on the FlyQuest Red side, who do you think is going to be that like standout player that's really just going to push them into this W?
I was just looking at their HLTV page. I mean, I know Emmy. So Emmy's picked up the op, if I'm not mistaken, over the last season. Like that's what she did for season 7 of Impact, and it actually turned out to have great success. I think Goose Breeder is also a heavy fragger, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Emmy just because if she's still opping, unless they brought in Marie here, who's gonna be Horse Girl on the server. Okay. That's Marie. If Marie. Okay, Marie is a rifler, so production is always helping us out. Thank you, Voice of God, in the background.
Oh.
My animals are getting wild back there. But I'm gonna say Emmy on the op. She was enabled by the rest of this roster to kind of pop off this last season for impact. That's gonna be my pick for this one. What about you? Of these 10, we don't know which 5 players are playing for Brazen right now. We can look at this match page and guess.
Yeah,
And I'm hoping Jordan Nothing Gilbert's on the server, but I don't know if he'll be playing tonight or not. So
it'd definitely be nice to cast a Jordan Nothing Gilbert game. Of course, I mean he is a very well-known legend here in North America.
Legend.
And in Counter-Strike in general, of course, it'd be an honor, honestly, to cast one of his games. For me, just to quickly go back to the FlyQuest Red, if I'm gonna have to put like a standout player, I think I want to see Bibian. Did I pronounce that right again?
Yep,
I'm sorry.
You got it, baby.
Bibian, I really want to see her go off. I know so far this season she's leading the team in ADR with 85, with a 1.17 HLTV. I think if she just keeps plowing through and doing her job, I think FlyQuest Red will just take Brazen pretty easily, I would imagine. And meanwhile, on the Brazen side, I think it's going to have to be Polo here. I mean, he is one of those players that has that experience. He's played with major winner Skadoodle. He's played with Nothing in prior teams. And I think maybe the experience of playing with such skilled and, well, historically experienced players, maybe that rubbed off on him and he's able to really help himself and his team maybe come up with an upset potentially tonight.
You never know. Well, and apparently this Grape fellow is quite the player too. He's been around for, well, I don't know how long he's been around from.
That's okay.
But he's got some good stats here. I mean, this is always the part of the broadcast where I stumble and struggle through, because stats are stats, and I think at the end of the day, like, we don't really know what's gonna happen until we get into the server, right? Like,
yeah,
I think that you're right. Polo is somebody that needs to go off for Brazen. Whoever is, they need at least 2 players popping off to be able to beat FlyQuest Red. FlyQuest Red, I mean, I think that they can beat anybody in advanced, honestly. Like, it just depends on if somebody on the other if FlyQuest Red has a bad game and somebody on the other team shows up. There's definitely some I'm not saying they're favored in every matchup in advanced, but I think that FlyQuest Red can beat every single team in advanced, and this one's no different, and it should be I think it should be a stomp.
Okay.
Screw what I said about overtime earlier, Zeph.
You think so? What's your score prediction for this?
13-5.
13-5, really? Not giving any hope for Brazen at all here.
No.
I mean, hey, fair enough. I mean, I'm probably going to lean more toward like a 13-8, I would say, in favor of FlyQuest Red. I do think Brazen has a lot of the firepower to back it up. I know Jester has currently been having a monster of a season, 1.42 with a 96 ADR. But you're absolutely correct, though. It really just depends what they're able to show in the server.
Oh. Go on.
So I do think firepower-wise, there's a chance. It's really just mean if Jester is able to show up and continue this massive performance he's had this season, as well as if maybe you can get one of Grape or Polo along there with him, or hell, even Legacy and Fugi. I believe that is the main 5. I could be wrong. Obviously, they have like 30 people on their roster, so we're gonna hope for the best that I am correct in that sense. But yeah, I do think Brazen are gonna kind of show up a little bit more than what we are expecting of them.
Well, and I just wanted to say as well, Jester is somebody that I met at LAN. I didn't even recognize that name. That is it. I'm excited to watch that guy. He was talking about being on this project team, and that it's just a really fun stack of players. So that is the thing that FlyQuest Red need to watch out for tonight, is if they don't come into this game with the right vibes, all of that structure flies out the window. If Brazen is hitting their shot and they're always keeping the vibes high, which you have to in kind of a mixed team like this, where you're not playing clearly defined Counter-Strike. So, again, comes back down to it. FlyQuest Red should have it, but you know, we're gonna have a good game of Counter-Strike. I'm coming back around to overtime. That's my final offer, Zeph. I'm sticking with it.
I convinced you, is what I'm hearing.
That's right. You did it.
All right, looks like a full 24 and then some. Hopefully, I think knife round is underway at the moment, so we'll get into that just shortly. But how's your day going, Mr. D? I mean, you're a pretty busy guy, it seems.
Am I?
Well, I mean,
thanks.
I've heard your name.
As long as you think I'm staying busy, yeah. I don't know. I sat around playing my bass a lot today. I played some. I've been grinding Premiere since I've been back from LAN. Had the juices fired up to play Counter-Strike again. Okay. Yeah, it's been a good day. How about you, Zeph? What? You seem like you're a very busy guy.
Today was one of my less busy days, thankfully. I didn't have class or anything, obviously, since it's summer, of course. But I've been mainly kind of like looking into the whole big update they did recently with the animation and whatnot. I don't know how you feel about it. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan, but there's some pros and cons, of course, of this update.
I will tell you the same thing I've been telling everybody now. You can call me Valve Defense Force if you'd like. I'm not Valve Defense Force, but I think those guys, you can call it a thankless job, but we know the kind of money that Counter-Strike produces, so I don't feel like it's too thankless of a job. But like that job that they do of developing these things that like have obviously taken so much time. When they talked about switching over to Counter-Strike 2, they talked about how many things are broken from CSGO and how they are going to take a lot of time to update and fix. Yeah. And boy, howdy, have they taken some time to update and fix. But now, it feels actually fixed. I'm still getting used to like some of the hit reg stuff. It sometimes feels really crispy now after the update, and other times it doesn't. But more than anything, my game does actually consistently stay. Other than some weird bugs that are happening right now, my game stays consistently at like over 300 frames again. And it's like, holy crap, they fixed the game. Like while I'm taking a gunfight, it's still doing that. And it's like, that feels like they're fixing the game. And so it feels like between that and like the CT side update, these are really massive updates, and as always, with every time they change anything in Counter-Strike, the community goes buck wild because we can't handle any kind of new thing, and change takes time to get used to. So, all in all, I think it's a great update. It's been rough around the edges with the bugs as always, but either way, I'm happy about it. And guess what? That brings us right into our game, Zeph.
and I have to agree with you as well really quickly. I do like, especially my favorite part of this update, it just has to be the $50 per CT that makes a kill in that round. I think that makes the CT economy just that much better. And, well, it might not be that good for FlyQuest Red to start with. I mean, they're giving away this open bomb site, and it's right for the taking from Brazen, as Grape's going to be pushing into CT just over the bomb, going down now. But this four-man stack towards CT might put a little bit of pressure on Grape and his teammates, as Horse Girl is going to make the first frag, but Pookie's actually going to get two in return, Envy with the trade as well. And this CT has just become a war zone, and it is a 3-on-2. Polo trying to make some of his presence known, but it's actually going to get shut down easily by Brazen. That's round one.
Yep. FlyQuest Red, this is what we don't want to see from FlyQuest Red in a situation like this, is playing standard like setups against Brazen. Brazen knows what the meta is. The least that they're gonna have going on for them is they know what the metas and standard setups are gonna be for teams in this region at certain stages and certain rounds. So FlyQuest Red needs to try to kind of outplay that meta a little bit, and I think they'll be able to do better. But yeah, great read from Brazen to just confidently take A. And another one up here on Cat as well.
Yeah, they're really not respecting this mid presence at all. They're just going to stomp up this catwalk. Grape's going to find two, and actually a third for him as well. Ekalo is going to be farming. And unfortunately, Polo shuts down with a MAC-10. Brazen with a clean second round for the most part. I mean, two of them going down, of course, but it's $100 in the pocket of those CTs.
Yeah, not a shabby start from Brazen. This is how Brazen needs to play, though. This is what I worry about in a matchup like this. Is Brazen's gonna come out here and be like, all right, everybody, like pug and scrim out and hold W and do not like let them breathe on these rounds. So we'll see if that continues. I have a feeling it'll slow down a little bit here, knowing that the utility's coming out. Yeah, it looks like more of a default, but I bet Brazen still pick where to go by like a minute in this round and have 5 kills by then, maybe 5. Or FlyQuest Red just dominate. You never know, Zeph.
You do. It's true. You never know. And speaking of which, I mean, we were talking about that CT bonus. I mean, Emmy picking up that AWP round 3, and I feel like back in the old update, you just never would have seen this.
You said bonus.
Bonus, yeah, per kill.
It's a Beavis and Butthead reference, far and away. An old ref. Just showing my age here. Let's move on with our lives.
It's all good. It's all good. And they're going to be taking this mid control here. Polo's going to get into ladder room, sneaking through that smoke. Beyond looking to actually go through the vent. Might get caught off, but that nade is going to make Polo's presence known, and the jump down from vent is going to cost him. Goose Beater takes a little bit of a exploration out towards mid. Marie gets taken out by the MAC-10 from Fugi, a flying MAC-10 that is. And this B bomb site is open for business. They're going to have to play it, but they're not going to expect Legacy. The double ladder will effectively give the round to Brazen. Yeah, that's going to be the save now.
Good call on the save for FlyQuest Red. Brazen is, well, I mean, their positioning's good. Their timing's nice. They just get out here and they clean house, and FlyQuest Red forced to a save. I still think that online Counter-Strike is T-sided no matter what right now, just because of the way the game plays, no matter the animation. But I think that give it one more round here. Emmy's going to repost up with this op somewhere, and she's going to get a 4K.
I believe in Emmy supremacy. What's your opinion on using the A1S on T side?
I think it's a feel thing. I think that the A4 and the A1S are both. I mean, they're both great weapons on either side. I always am going to prefer an AK over anything. And Fugi's not necessarily preferring this M4 to anything. He just hasn't died yet. So that's what he's holding on to it for. But I think it's nice for being able to do whatever you want. I don't know.
Yeah, and oh my goodness. Marie's getting really pressured here on this B bomb site. They are just storming up catwalk round after round, but she's able to get one though. Stay alive. Emmy pushing through market, potentially trying to save Marie, who somehow managed to stay alive this entire time. Grape's going to get eliminated from apps. That leaves just Legacy in a 1-on-5. It would have to be the play of his career to even have a chance of getting Brazen back into this round. Doesn't look like FlyQuest Red are going to be gifting him anything of the sort, though. Vanessa is going to be jiggling towards catwalk, so Legacy's position should be found here in the next few seconds. Oh, but Beyond is going to potentially walk into the crosshair of Legacy, and I think he's waiting for it too. Doesn't matter.
That's well played from FlyQuest Red. I told you one more round. It wasn't the ME 4K, but it was a good save in that first gun round, and FlyQuest Red keep quite a few guns alive as well, so their economy's feeling healthy from that. To finish the thought about the M4, I was sitting there thinking about it. Didn't mean to sound so offended at the end of my thought that you had asked that question of me.
No, you're good.
But I don't think there's any tactical advantage for like the silencer on the M4, but it's a feel thing, and there's a lot of players that do. I don't know. It kind of activates something a little different in your brain as a rifler on the T side. So there's some players that are like, yeah, I'm just going to hold on to this for as long as possible, or will even pick up an M4 to drop an AK because they like the higher rate of fire or whatever the feel of it is. It really does come down to, does somebody enjoy the feel of this thing? Look at this incredible flyby footage here in our timeout.
Yeah, we have Captain Kane flying his plane around, giving us a grand old tour
Shout
of
out
Counter-Strike's
to-
greatest map, might I add.
It
might be controversial.
Okay, no, I like your style, kid.
That was a tech timeout, of course, so no tack was used there. Back live into the round.
Was that a tech timeout?
I do believe so, yeah. Or a tech timeout,
Okay.
excuse me.
Heard that. Well, it's back to default for Brazen now, isn't it? They still got a full buy, but Polo's on the Tech 9.
Yeah,
I
and
was
he
going to call
jumped
it
up
the Mac
there.
10. It's certainly not that.
Yeah, but he did make that jumping noise that alerted Marie that he was close. I think he's just trying to be a nuisance here and just force a mistake on FlyQuest, but not really going to be able to give it those. BBN and Nessa are able to find one on either side of the map for them. There is an op still in play, though, for Brazen.
Yeah, you can't count Brazen out of this yet, but under a minute remaining and they don't really have any map control. FlyQuest Red is sitting there holding apartments. You've dumped most of you have a couple of smokes here, but you've just made noise in apartments. You know that somebody else is going to be close by. Their best bet here is hoping that this Jester Lurk can get something going, but there's 40 seconds remaining and all three players for Brazen are lumping up in mid, about to walk into a crossfire potentially.
Yeah, FlyQuest Red is really playing this really good, but hold on, there's an opening for Fugi as Goose Breeder does peek out. Emmy is still here with the oppo. That's going to be an easy shooting gallery for her. She takes down Jester, trying to just stay alive as long as possible, misses the shot, pulls out the 5-7 for the close range fight, and does take down Fugi as well. Oh, she's pulled out the knife, tries to get a little cocky. My respect to you, Emmy. I have so much respect for you for doing that. The Legacy gets to escape, but Horse Girl, a.k.a. Marie, shuts it down.
That was sick. I like that move from Emmy. She tries to get the timing there on the re-peek with the op. That was pretty good, but she right-clicked him there. If he was lower, like if he'd been tagged once or a little bit, that knife was coming through and it would have been the sickest clip we've ever seen. But it was still pretty sick regardless. She got the double there from the angle, held on to connector like she needed to, and yeah, Brazen on the full save now.
Yeah, and that's definitely got to be a bit of mind warfare going on in the server tonight too. If I'm I think that was Legacy last live, almost got knifed there. If I'm him, I'm terrified knowing that they're just going to be doing that right in front of me. On a round like that, I mean, first we've been talking about opens up the round with one. Looked like a little bit of Deagle nuisance heading in window as Grape struggles to get through that window gap. And he is able to take down one. No, that is one kill in favor of Brazen. And again, the person who started it shuts it down. Emmy again with that op, singing loud and proudly in the server this evening.
I want to make note for any of you puggers out there that watch Mirage or play Mirage on a regular basis, and you play CT side and you're just getting pummeled by an aggressive T side mid. Take note of what FlyQuest Red have done in this game. That's how Brazen wanted to play this T side. They have held W almost every single round, or just wanted to try to flood up mid at some point in the round. And FlyQuest Red have just chosen to play as far back as possible on the CT side. They're going to have a tempo switch now because they've been playing so far back, but they have been giving space to Brazen and making them walk into their crosshair, and it's worked off, or paid off really well for them now.
For sure, they're really turning the tables here as they were trying to take up mid. A little bit of gunfire exchange, though, through that top mid smoke, so that is going to force them to back off. But actually, Goose Beater might be trying to line in a flash here. Beyond. But looks like they've actually just stalled out. Fugi is in lower. Could potentially catch a timing, but that smoke from Goose Breeder is going to hold him at bay for now.
So yeah, like that's good timing.
Might be a double mid take. Goose Breeder breaks the smoke. Does see the gun barrel of Fugi and able to get the kill as well. And escape with 100 points of health. BBon still staying in mid, looking for this fight. Polo might get caught with his knife out, and he will. And BBon spots that second player as well. Yeah, and this mid crunch has just kind of fallen apart for Brazen.
Yeah, this maybe they can get some kind of recovery here. Grape's gonna open up a site for a moment. He gets a second one over here, but them finding Legacy at the top of mid, and I think Bibion just found the bomb as well. Grape not gonna clear that out. Goose Breeder with the 3K on the round takes the lead for FlyQuest Red, and I just want to make note, 13-5 is still on the board for FlyQuest Red here.
Are you going
Ooh,
back
attack
to?
pause.
We do get a top
Yeah,
pause.
see,
Okay.
when I go to the roulette table, Zeph, I put
Yeah.
a chip on every single number. That way I can't lose.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna be going gambling in October. I'm going to Vegas for a couple days, and I haven't gambled in Vegas before. I've always been too young when I go, so this will be the first time. I'm gonna do like 250 on black at the roulette table.
There you go, dude. That's baller.
Gotta go big or gotta go home, man.
Hopefully that's not all your funds for gambling in Vegas, because that will last you literally about 2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Knowing my luck, I'll probably just lose it all in that single spin. But
I was just in Vegas this last weekend. I was in Vegas earlier this year, and then I was in Vegas last weekend, and I avoided gambling, but mainly just because it's like $10 at every ATM, and I'm like,
how is Vegas? I've heard they had a huge like tourism decrease this year.
I mean, it's I don't have something to compare it to, but like it is an overly expensive place, and it's not like you feel like you're getting a bunch from that. It feels like you're getting gouged at every single corner by somebody trying. Like it's $10 for a bottle of water on the strip.
God.
There. Like, yeah, it's
Really.
You know, that's Vegas things, but regardless, we'll see if this pistol armor action works out for Brazen. I don't think it's going to, as Bibion picks up not 3, but 4 kills, maybe the ace. Grape, yes, it is the Bibion ace there, and maybe she should head on down to Vegas herself and put 250 on black, because she's got to be thanking her lucky stars for that ace. Oh, it should have been red for FlyQuest Red.
Yeah.
Big D, you dumbass.
Our producer's yelling at us right now.
Yeah,
it should have been on red.
King is not happy about that one. Missed opportunity. We'll work on it next time. We'll go over it in demo review.
And hey, I mean, looks like it's worked out though. FlyQuest Red are gonna go up 2 rounds, 5-3 now for them. Brazen finally able to answer back with a buy. No AWP, of course, for them, as their economy is not boding so well for them. I think they've actually lost all their money at the roulette table. Polo, top mid, just throwing some util. Standard util, of course. Maybe trying to make his presence well known, and of course, maybe rotate off catwalk towards mid and connector. There's actually 3 on A. They have that AWP posted up as well. As B site is very close too, as both Marie and Goosebeard are very close together. I like this a lot, actually. They're giving them mid control because they know they can hold these sites. The CT defense from FlyQuest Red has been very impressive so far.
Yeah, and that next smoke, that kind of puts a thorn in Brazen's side, because somebody over here on A side is going to start probing for a little bit more information. Somebody should start probing for more information. Oh no, they're going to have it all to do here. Polo coming up, Cat, the perfect peak. Gets the double. And I think
I jinxed it. I jinxed it. I'm sorry, FlyQuest Red, I jinxed it.
Caster curse coming into effect.
Unfortunately true, but Polo with a huge double entry with those headshots. That's going to give Brazen an answer back against FlyQuest's 5-round win streak in a row. Words are hard. He's going to hunt and try and take some rifles away, and he might be able to find Vanessa here, but yeah, no. He is. Okay. All right, there's 1 AK gone. But Vanessa has enough money to buy up for the next round, so this really isn't going to be too bad for them.
Terrorists win.
Okay. Brazen with the 4th round. I mean, I make the joke about it being a 13-5 game for FlyQuest Red, but Brazen only need 1 or 2 more rounds for this to feel really good. If they go into CT side and get the pistol, no telling what could happen here.
Well, currently, yeah, both teams are currently playing on their stronger sides at the moment. So,
Oh, are they?
yes. So this is
Okay.
very. I'm very intrigued to see if my prediction is correct, because I feel like numbers don't lie. But I mean, we've seen some pretty one-sided affairs in recent memory for a lot of these teams who should be favored to win these games. But
Yeah, you never know. We still got an op out here. FlyQuest Red's money is high, but yeah, they're going to be in a retake situation on this A bomb site here around 10.
yeah, and it is just Vanessa in the CT, but Emmy and Lily are going to be close behind. This CT is going to be trying to be fought for. Emmy's going to find the first onto Fugi. And they've realized this op is here. And flash from Goosebreeder is going to be perfect, and that's 3 kills, all in the favor of FlyQuest Red, and a snap of a finger enough for that as well. This retake has been strong for FlyQuest Red. My goodness.
That was a beautiful retake. Good flash from Market there. They've got the fight. I mean, that's one of the reasons it's great to play this bomb site on as retake. You don't have to try to take these fights as they're spilling into site. Get your ass back away from the site. Wait for your teammates to show up and move in there with numbers, and you can do some really incredible stuff like we just saw there.
For sure. And that was honestly a textbook retake as well. I mean, I know it sounds really like crazy to say like, oh, it was just a flash, but like that flash really changed the entire trajectory of that round and really put FlyQuest Red in a very good spot for them. A very good spot for them in this game too, as they are up 6-4 with a 2-round lead. And just to put into perspective, they have 4 AKs on their CT side right now. They've been doing very well for them on the CT side. And again, Polo in mid, trying to fake some of this util, burn some of it as well. Legacy did take a shot over towards B to maybe pick off Marie, but it didn't really work out for him though.
Yeah, Brazen's definitely slowed things down. They have to respect FlyQuest Red, but this timing for Polo. You talked about Polo needing to go big. That's a good trade from Bibion, but that may be all that they needed, as this might scramble the defense just enough to give Brazen an opening.
Yeah, Marie is going to be playing very close to this balcony area, but Jester is kind of timing through the smoke to top van. BBN has called that out to her teammate. Now Jester pinned in a very bad spot. He's going to take the swing, but not able to get it though. We can see a very thin shot, but hold on just a moment. Graves found Vanessa on the other side of the map. This is just open this round wide open for Brazen. It is just BBN again on this bomb site, and she is just shutting down Brazen one after another after another. 3 in the round for her, and Grape alone in a 1-on-2. That smoke on the middle site's gonna give BBN the freedom to maneuver. Grape not really knowing any presence, but does find Emmy towards that door area. Time's ticking down. Grape gotta make a play, and Emmy there to close out the round, and a beautiful hold from BBN.
That was a really nice hold from Bibion there. She's 15-2. You talked about her needing to go big for FlyQuest Red, and she's doing that right now, right here. She's putting in the work, putting in the effort, and 16K going into the final round. That's nothing to shake a stick at either. If FlyQuest Red pull off this last round, you never know what could happen. It might be all she wrote for Brazen.
Possibly, but Zonic's Law still is in effect for CS2. 11-4, I feel like is the new, or 8-4 is the new 11-4, excuse me.
No,
I mean,
heavens to Betsy, no. I'm overriding that one.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. 9-3, maybe there's an argument, but Valorant just copped that so they could have their own Zonix Law when they had MR12, and I don't think Zonix Law is quite been in effect in this game yet.
Okay.
But maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I'll leave myself open to it. I shouldn't be such a clam and closed off. My apologies.
It's okay. It's okay. And I mean, these heavy hitters from FlyQuest Red, they're doing pretty damn okay themselves. Bibion and Emmy really hit the nail on the head for these frags, but actually it's going to be Goosebreeder finding the entry of this round, and I just thought Goosebreeder got that. Okay, that was Bibion. Grape's going to find that offer, though. Take that down. Vanessa is going to be close behind Bibion. 17-2 to her name. She is absolutely stomping Brazen, and that is also going to be FlyQuest finding 8 on their CT side. 17-3. What an incredible showing from her.
17-3. That's yeah. If she can carry that over here into this side of the map, it's gonna be over for Brazen in a few rounds here. There's gonna be a pause coming through. I think this one's a tech pause, seeing as it's nobody's tactical timeout popping up on your heads-up display there, otherwise known as a HUD.
Yeah, I have to say as well, I mean, we did say those heavy hitters from FlyQuest Red did need to show up, and they certainly have this evening. But meanwhile, on the Brazen side, Jester, that highest performing player this season so far for Brazen, is currently the lowest performing player in the server. I'm kind of hoping he starts to wake up here on the CT side and to forget about that T side. Meanwhile, we've got Grape. I mean, he's started to show up. He's found some kills. He's top fragging for his team right now, but I just want to see a little bit more out of him. Take this space with Polo. But it's okay. It's a whole new half.
It is a whole new half.
I think there's a bit of banter going on in the game chat currently.
There very likely is, or they're asking each other if they're ready there, which seems to be the case, as we are 5 seconds away. Oh, is this going to get timed perfectly here, Zeph? Look at this.
Oh, I think so. Oh.
2,
Oh.
1. Boom.
Oh,
It wasn't
so
the
close.
same player, but it was a fantastic transition. It's a fantastic transition. It was flawless. A round of applause for King, everybody.
There we go. We do see Fugi with that diffuse getting a smoke. And Legacy has a flash as well. I wonder what she's going to use that for. Or he's going to use that for, excuse me. And it looks like this might, I want to say it might be an A split here. We do have bomb and underpass.
Yeah, they're coming A. We're going to get sound back for you guys here in just a moment as well on the game. There it is.
We're back. Oh my goodness, Grape! What? How does he get 2 out of there? How does he get 2?
Tips and taps.
That's insane. That's actually an insane double kill from Grape. That makes this round just that much closer for Brazen. It is a 3-on-3 retake. Goosebeater is going to spot Legacy over towards that rat vent, and that's a bold thing to hit for him to do, to go through that vent. And he's actually going to find the kill on the Goosebeater. He's somehow staying alive. Vivian fighting for her life over there, but Polo's going to execute her. It is just Vanessa in a 1-on-3. We saw the ace from Emmy earlier, but a potential Vanessa clutch is just not going to happen. Brazen with an answer back. They find the second pistol of this game.
They find the second pistol. FlyQuest Red, they get the bomb down, though. That one bungled a little bit. Whoever that was at Jungle that missed the kill on the slide through Murder Hole, yeah, that's a blunder there from Goose Breeder, letting that kill through. That should not have happened that way, but works out in Brazen's favor. That feels fantastic for them. It's going to be... We'll see how they handle the Tech 9 Mac 10s of FlyQuest Red. They got plenty of utility, but this round is going to dictate a lot here, Zeph.
They absolutely will. FlyQuest Red, I mean, they did get that bomb down, so they are going to be able to force back into this with a bunch of Tech 9s and Mac 10s, but honestly, it feels like sometimes those Tech 9s are just as good as an AK. And looks like this A site is just going to get a standard exec here. He's going to put the pressure onto Jester, a man who I've wanted to see show up in this game. He's been swan upon by the Mac 10. Not a chance for him. And this A site has just fallen. Grape going to back off for the retake, potentially. But Horse Girl might be able to get the plant. Yes, she will. Okay. FlyQuest Red, though, full control of this site. But a lot of util from Brazen might make it just that much easier. Polo's going to find Bibian in jungle, but Emmy with the trade. It's just down to these Tech 9s, and the only rifle was that FAMAS here. Vanessa, he's still close range. This Tech 9 is very deadly in this spot, but he's going to execute her. Goosebeater finding Legacy as well. It's a 2-on-3 retake. He's going to stick to the fuse, and it's actually going to be Marie. Does get the knife. Okay. FlyQuest Red with a huge answer back to reclaim the lead and the economy war.
Yep. I mean, that might actually be a 13-5 scoreline here based off of that round. The economy is reset for Brazen. We're going to see they're going to force back on this, but you see UMP out for Fugi. Shout out to the real ones that know the UMP meta is about to be upon us.
About to take off again.
Dude, when that update came out last week when they nerfed the MP9 or a few weeks ago, I was like, UMP meta, boys? And then I talked to Hext at LAN. And I was like, Hex, how you feeling about the MP9 nerf? He goes, UMP meta? And so I'm like, dude, it's coming, baby.
It is coming. I believe you. I believe you. But do I believe in Brazen, though? Jester, close range of that 5-7 has a lot of magic to work with, potentially. Is able to pet one, at least before he gets taken down. So there is a chance for a retake still. Still got still to work with. 2 smokes and 2 flashes. No kit, though, in play for Brazen. And FlyQuest Red are just going to back off and play with these long-range weapons. Make things a lot easier for them.
Brazen. Maybe they were
the numbers to hold on just a moment. Vanessa maybe extended a little too farther out, but it actually doesn't matter. Did Polo just die to the molly, or did he die to the grenade of the molly?
I think he didn't.
Okay. I got confused for a moment. I saw that and I was like, oh. So he did die to the flames. Okay, gotcha. I was intrigued by that. If we got a knife kill and died to the nade in the same map, I would have been
that would be rough.
Yeah, for sure. But
it's gonna be a full save here.
Yeah, they're really gonna have to start relying on these buy rounds.
Yeah, I mean this is a really tough spot for Brazen to be in with the scoreline being what it was, because if they don't get this next gun round, they're going to be playing a very awkward 12-5 half buy. Yeah, which sometimes feels great, but it usually only nets you 1 or 2 rounds. But
looks like FlyQuest Red Art. Yeah, absolutely, and seems FlyQuest Red are just going to go into a standard exec here. And they're going to run right into the sack, though. Those Molotovs a perfectly executed one as well. That's Molly. I love that towards bench to stop any sort of swing. Jester is going to find 1, though, and so is Legacy. Hold on just a moment. Vanessa's going to find 3, but Legacy's going to find 2 as well. He's somehow still making this very competitive. It is just Polo. 1 on 2. Doesn't matter. Emmy shuts that down. Thought there was a chance there.
I thought so too. That was a good looking ace stack from Brazen for a moment, but I think FlyQuest Red, they're locked in. They're feeling good. They're definitely showing up the way they should be tonight. I think they have more utility to deal with than they might anticipate in this round. Hopefully they're keeping track of that, but if they get through this round, should be 13-5.
Yeah, I mean, this round is really do or die now for Brazen. I mean, this is a full buy round for them, a full investment. Lose this, they've got nothing to work with if FlyQuest Red hits 12. Looks like this mid-aggression, he's starting to pay off as Polo's going to find Emmy through that smoke. Grape is playing around this very close to it indeed, but I think he started to read the situation and ends up getting backed off as Goosebeater was flashed by her teammate. Polo goes silent across the map, though. I do kind of like this from Brazen for the most part. They are having these 2 B-site defenders very close together. We saw FlyQuest Red do that in the previous half, but I like this a lot. I think they're trying to read maybe it's going to be a sort of an aggressive hit. Maybe have Polo bait himself for Fugi. Goosebeater is going to make it up Cat, and her presence has been spotted by Grape. It's actually going to be bomb over towards this ace site as Vanessa tries to creep out, maybe. Okay, they're timing on to Jester, who crosses back towards the right side of CT. They've just given this bomb site. It looks like they really just want to kind of play for this retake, but they only have a nade and 2 flashes.
Yeah, I don't love this utility. Like, they don't have a kit, and they're playing retake on A. They have the numbers, so they're relying on that. And the fact that the time is ticking away. But, yeah, like you said, 2 flashes and an HE for this retake, that's not great.
Oof, that sound cue doesn't work well for Jester. He thinks BBeyond planted it for front triple. It's actually going to be playing in the middle of sight. Potentially stop the plant there, but not able to. This retake is on. Brazen, the Goosebeater on the other side of the map is just going to be an absolute nuisance. Oh, what? Marie's actually going to take down Fugi over towards Catwalk. That's going to make him very uncomfortable spot as Grape is just going to push onto this bomb site and tries to make his presence well known. And Ree again finds 2 before it gets taken down, and it's just Legacy 1-on-2. He's just given up. This is going to be FlyQuest Red finding 12 on map point.
Wow. That was an incredible post plan from FlyQuest Red. The fact that Goose Breeder got out of the crosshair of the ladder pusher and somebody was able to pick up that kill from across the map and support their teammate that way, that is massive team play from FlyQuest Red, and that is exactly why they are up 12-5 right now.
Yeah, I would absolutely have loved to actually listen to the comms of that situation there. I mean, it might be unintentional. It might have just worked out the way it did for them, but like that was a very like clean kind of bait and switch for them. It worked out really well, especially with Goose Breeder on that lurk. Put a lot of chaos into this Brazen retake. And unfortunately for them, it's just Legacy on the A1S.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is the UMP meta, but this is FlyQuest Red plays a slow default like that again. This should be done so.
Yeah, but hold on, Fugi's got the UMP. You can't count out the UMP, Big D.
I'm not. Like I said, if maybe this is the dawn of the UMP meta being showcased right here. The tough thing about that UMP is that reload is mighty long.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if you get caught in a corner trying to reload the UMP, you are toast. So you have to get like 2-3 kills on one mag with it. But you have those 25 bullets. Fugi's up close and personal where it likes to be. We'll see what he can do with it.
Yeah, speaking of 2 kills, he is able to find 1. Can he find a second? You better believe he can. Picks up the AK as well and shuts down this potential hit onto this bomb site. And that gives Brazen a lifeline back into this game. And Vanessa's found a timing, a huge timing over towards under. But I think Grape and Jester might have spotted her coming down the ladder from Palace.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Ooh. Okay.
They peeked for info, but she had gotten down here just at the time that Jester was coming out around the corner.
Legacy might get taken down. He does find 1 onto Goose Breeder, though. The peek a little bit advantageous from Goose Breeder. But Vanessa is just going to storm into jungle and try and get this pressure. Emmy's going to find Fugi, though. And all of a sudden, this was a 5-on-3. It's now a 3-on-2. If Vanessa holds the line here, big bomb play. Vanessa's going to find 1. Pinch find another one. It is just Emmy. Are they really going to come back from this? Okay, they're not. All right. Very costly for Brazen.
I thought we were getting our 13-5 right there for a moment. I was hoping. I wanted to sound so smart, Zeph. But now I just sound like me.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Brazen taking a tack pause. I mean, yeah, I would take one after that. I'd be pissed. It was a 5-on-3, and he just barely squeaked by in that round win.
Barely squeaked out the 1v1 at the last moment. Well, and they're pretty broke here too. Like, it doesn't matter since their back's up against the wall that they're not like trying to stack cash as long as they can get a decent buy, which it looks like they can. But not ideal.
No, it really isn't. And Legacy does have the AWP though, so he's got that boding for him. Can't really ever count out when the AWP is in play, of course. Looks like Grape is... Okay, I thought Grape was maybe going to go underpass here. I wasn't really sure he had the spawn there, but taking the long way around, not trying to peek ramp and give away an early body. Hey, BBN is kind of quieted down. I mean, I think she's only got 1 kill in the last few rounds, but...
Yeah, she was 17-3 on the half, so... 1 kill, 1 and 6 on the side switch.
Unfortunately for her, but she's still in a pretty good spot as well when your team's up 6 rounds and on that point. And it looks like the Ree and Bibian are trying to phase through this smoke while Goose Breeder makes noise on catwalk to try and bait this deep side lit hit. And she's going to push up, and that's going to put Fugi and Polo in a really uncomfortable situation, but she's actually going to back off and go back towards ladder. This looks like a very similar round we've seen before, as Vanessa and BBN are just going to clear this bomb site. Yeah, that's a bit rough for Brazen. And
they got kits and utility at least.
They do. They've got that bonied for them, but Fugi's on the other side of the map. He is on this flank now from T-Spawn, and I think Blue Speeder has been trying to really kind of look for this. But his presence is going to be known soon enough, as Vanessa's going to be looking towards his A ramp, and it doesn't really matter. She's going to take Fugi down, and it's just great. And he's done. And Brazen are done as well, as they fall into a 2-2 record this season of ESEA Advanced. Not really a great showing from them, unfortunately.
No, well, it wasn't necessarily a bad showing from them, though. That's the showing that we should be expecting out of FlyQuest Red, is what, like, that is what FlyQuest Red should be delivering on a regular basis as a professional Counter-Strike team and a professional organization. Women's Counter-Strike or not, they are a professional team with org backing and a structure and a lot of like support to be a good team. That's how they should be playing on a regular basis. So I think I want to speak more to the fact that FlyQuest Red really came out here and did exactly what they were supposed to do. So that's nice to see from them.
Absolutely, and I have to say as well, I do like their strats as well. I think we saw that one round when they had Goose Breeder go ladder. We saw that twice, and I have to say it was really just perfectly executed. I have to say myself, and I do like as well they do have Sheikh Zula as well in this coach role behind them. I know he was one of those players back in the early COVID days. It was kind of fostering these new NA talents and giving them a chance to really show what they're made of. Grim, for example, Junior as well. And honestly, I'm very impressed with what FlyQuest Red showed tonight. I mean, Bibiana on that CT side, she was an absolute menace on that B-bomb site. And Goose Breeder as well. Even she might not be on the top of the scoreboard, but she has been finding those really impactful frags. Has been an absolute nuisance, especially on that T side as well. Keeping Brazen at bay on that B-bomb site. I mean, just consistently going towards ladder, stopping any sort of rotate. That's how you perfectly play that lurk role. And honestly, props to all five of them. They played very well tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I don't think that was like some blunder from Brazen or they looked bad. I think just, again, it comes down to FlyQuest Red played really good team-based structured Counter-Strike, and the right people popped off for them. Bibian was huge in that first half, just dominating B site, keeping them locked out, like you said. And then the second half switch, they just had some really good, really clean comms, and had each other's backs every step of the way and dominated the game. So pretty good stuff from them. I think maybe they win advanced. You never know. They could take it all the way to the tippy top. It's early yet in the season, though, Zeph. Now that being said, I think that might be it for us here tonight, folks. If yes, my producer is shaking his head at me. Yep, that's gonna do her for the evening. So Zeph, you got any plugs or any shout outs you want to give before we head out of here?
No, not really, other than just saying thanks for having me. Kane, as always, you've been a wonderful producer and an even better friend of my man. Big D, it was absolutely lovely to meet you for the first time, man.
You as well, Zeph. You've got a bright future ahead of you, I can tell. It was a pleasure working with you. Shout out to King for having us here. Shout out to all 1,000 viewers at home watching us and sitting and enjoying the show. And shout out to me and King will be gripping and ripping this Sunday for the Daddy Skins Cup. So peep us out over there on the Fragadelphia channel later this weekend. And oh, here's my cat. He wanted to say my co-catster Momo the cat here. Vibing. Momo, do you have any thoughts on the game, Momo? Let's get the mic up here for you, buddy. Momo, do you have anything you want to share? Not really. He's not very chatty. Not right now.
Little camera shy.
We turn the camera off, and he'll have nothing, but he'll just sit and yap away.
Well, that's awesome. I like how the cat's on the back of the chair now too, trying to make himself at home. But yeah, that's it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's been FlyQuest Red taking down Brazen, increasing their lead up to 4-1 for the season. I've been Zeph. This has been Big D. Thanks for watching.